Maybe your relationships with all your friends aren't panning out the way you thought. And so you start behaving in ways and you can get, embarrassed, you can get angry, whatever it may be. And that's not who you really are. And so when that happens, you can't make real good decisions. That's where having a good mentor, coach, encourager that you get to spend time with on a regular basis can remind you again of what you really want and how you can get there. Hello everyone, we are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world.
Hey guys, welcome back. Super excited to chat with you guys today. Hope you guys are having an awesome week. I was just thinking about this, hun, wow, it has been, maybe a week or so since we've had a chance to get on and chat together on our podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of life stuff going on around here, it seems like, but, but how interesting it is that, how really when you don't connect with your community, you feel a little bit disconnected in so many ways, like nothing happened that I feel like we have to overly chat about or anything like that, but community is so important.
Yeah.
I think for us, especially, I don't know about some of you, we have gone through seasons where we didn't really have a community outside of you, me, the kids type thing. And we realize after now kind of putting ourselves in a healthy community around our church and our friends and stuff like that, how important it really is.
Yeah, community matters for sure. And, it took us a long time to find one that we feel like we fit in with. And now that we have one, it's great. But then you also start creating community even through our podcast here. And,
right.
People that we're connecting with. And it's kind of fun because, there's a lot of people that we know that, I was just with some people last night and one guy was telling me, he's like, man, I got to tell you, you don't even know. It's weird knowing you and then listening to you on podcasts because my wife and I talk about it all the time. And my 4-year-old was listening to one of your jokes and was just cracking up laughing. And so your voice is in our household quite a bit. And I was just like, that's pretty cool, that we're connected with people that way.
It is. And what was it, just last week or the week before, was it? Your awesome nephew, Johnny, and his sweet girlfriend reached out to us because they've been raising their little tribe together. And oh my gosh, they live all the way over in Michigan, raising their family. And they were like, hey, we're listening to your stuff. This is good stuff. So glad you guys are putting this stuff out, right?
Yeah. Pretty wild. I mean, it's so cool to be able to reconnect along those lines too. And it feels like you're having conversations with each other, every week. I had somebody from Australia actually reach out to me on Facebook too and was like, hey, just love this episode, thanks for doing all this stuff. And it's really neat.
It really matters. I get quite a few little messages too through our social media Instagram account where people are like, I really love that point, or thanks so much for talking on that, or you and Greg have such a good dynamic going on. I love hearing you guys. It really brings my family together closer by hearing some of the stuff that you guys are applying to your family.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, we love hearing from everybody. It's probably one of the funnest things when I open up our little Instagram and I see messages or encouragements or, I don't know, just quotes or whatever that might be helping your family become closer. Because that's the whole goal.
And that's the best way people can reach out to us right now, right? Is through the Redwood Parenting Instagram account. Would you agree?
Yes.
We're kind of still learning. We want to have more community interaction, still trying to figure out exactly the best way to do that. We have a pretty good balance of social media in our life. We don't sit on it too often just because it's just too much of a rabbit hole you can get sucked into, as most people know. But also we like hearing from people. It's fun. This is a topic that's so important to us, and we just think that parents should stick together. Mm-hmm. We should all be taking experiences and wisdom and sharing it with others. So, I've always learned that there's two ways you learn anything. One is through mentors, people who have already been there and done it and have learned from both failure and success, and they can share that wisdom, or you learn from mistakes. It's mentors or mistakes. And I don't know why it is, but it just seems like there's such a disconnect between people who get older, 40s, 50s, 60s, where they almost start shutting down in life more. I think it's taught. And instead of ramping up to really be able to help the 20s and 30 somethings, I mean, I think every 20 or 30 something needs some solid, healthy 40s and 50-year-olds or 60-year-old people in their life. I mean, not just once in a while, like consistently in their life. And in order to help them not have to go through 2 decades of mistakes that could be very expensive, not just financially, but emotionally and everything else, right?
I couldn't agree more. And I think it's super important to realize that we all need mentors. Like, no matter who you are, even if you're the strongest, like, capable person, we all need to make sure that we have mentors in our life, because we all need to make sure that we have healthy people that guide us. They don't tell us what to do all the time. We're intelligent people that can figure out just about anything. God has provided us with all of that. But more importantly, just a guideline sometimes, or sometimes I know for me personally, it's just nice to hear different stories like, hey, maybe your scenario will be different. Here's what happened with us when we tried something like this. Or here's a result that you might not have thought of. Or, hey, have you thought about walking down this path instead of this path? It's like just having another voice, allowing you to hear from the Holy Spirit what really you're supposed to do is so important. I feel like, I mean, each and every one of us, find coaches for like when we want to lose weight, or when we want, or if you need a coach for your personal relationship, or if you need a coach for, goals and dreams, a business, whatever it may be. But we don't all realize we kind of need a personal coach sometimes for our own parenting life, somebody that's further along, whose kids maybe are thriving in a way that you respect, and to learn from them. And to ask questions.
Our life gets so consumed with finances, and what title do you have and what's your career choice? And I mean, to the point of identity, even when you talk to a stranger, when it's the first question you ask them after, hey, how you doing? It's usually like, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
And we all define ourselves of what we actually do as people by what we do for work. And it's kind of fun sometimes when people would ask us questions like, what do you do? I'm like, well, I'm a dad of 6. I'm a husband of 20 years. I'm a wannabe athlete. I got all kinds.
Or you just throwing your goals and dreams while you're at it. Oh.
I'm a closet comedian.
I
got all kinds of things like that.
Let alone the singing career you could have, because we all know that.
Speaking of that, I got a question for you.
Oh, no.
Why don't other farm animals like playing basketball with pigs?
I wouldn't know.
Because they're ball hogs. That's funny, and
You are a closet comedian. I'm hoping on one of these episodes you just let out your singing voice, though. Like, you have these.
I don't know if they're ready for that, honey.
You have these aspirations to be on stage someday. So if there's anybody out there looking for like a lead singer, Greg might be willing to try out.
There's something about the acoustics in our home, even every home we've had so far, that I will tell you, I don't know what it is about that, but I sound good. Like, let's just get honest. Right?
Yes. So, send us a private message in our Instagram if you want Greg to come headline for you.
I have dreams about it sometimes.
Yes, you do. He literally does.
I literally had a dream one time that, I don't know, we were at like an 80s concert or something like that.
Yes.
And something happened, and they saw me.
And you had groupies.
Yeah, and they pulled me out of the crowd and like gave me a chance to sing, and I went up there and I just tore it up. It was amazing. It was awesome.
Did you use a guitar too?
I woke up so happy. It was so fun.
Yeah, he told me all about his groupies and stuff like that, and yeah.
All right. Anyways, so back to the topic of mentorship versus mistakes. Something that we're gonna figure out a way to actually help people connect with us more that are looking for it. But, for those of you guys that don't know, we do some personal coaching right now. We call it high performance coaching. You can go to our website. It's www.teamredwoods with an S on the end.com. And you'll see a little bit about what we do. We're pretty maxed right now with how many we're willing to commit to. It's not that we don't want to serve more people. It's just that, we protect our time in our season with everything that we have going on with our family and our different endeavors. However, when we find the right people that want to invest into themselves to really get some more individualized coaching, we do take on new clients from time to time. We are going to also create a program soon, which will be a different level. It won't be, it'll be a little less commitment, I would say. But it'll be like a group coaching thing. Cause we've been doing coaching for literally 2 decades now of our life. And we've been doing it in so many different areas.
Yes.
Whether it's raising 6 kids or whether it's building large organizations or whether it's high performance coaching with individuals in various industries. Now I can't even count how many industries now.
It's actually very exciting.
But it's all the same characteristics and processes that we've learned, we've applied, we've made work, we've helped other people make work, and you just see so much fruit that comes from it that, if you break it all down, there's about probably 10 to 12 things that I feel like if everybody applied these things into their life, it's amazing how much increase they can have on every front of their life.
Right. And we've actually found through the years of teaching that one of the core things we always like to work on with everybody is making sure that their family life is in alignment with how they want to live their life.
Sure.
And that's one aspect of it. And then, of course, as we continue to help and develop each person, we go down from there as what their priorities are, as what they want to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Because we understand the importance of making sure that everybody is in alignment with what they really want.
Yeah. Well, God designed us to be fruitful.
Always.
He says it. He says, be fruitful and multiply. It doesn't say, hey, struggle your whole life and be broke, and that everything should be so burdensome in order to have a lifestyle of increase and abundance. He doesn't say that. He says, go out there and win. It's the heart of a dad, right? We want our kids to win. We want them to do better than they even think they can do. We don't want them to stress and struggle in life. But it's like I was with one of our masterminds last night, and one of the gentlemen speaking there is phenomenal. He was describing how we're all supposed to be able to bear fruit like a tree. If you ever look at a tree, an apple tree or something, it's not out there like, you walk by it and you hear it stressing out because it's trying to produce an apple. It just does it. But in order to be able to really produce fruit, there's certain nutrients that the tree needs. And a lot of times when you're unhealthy in different categories of your life, meaning you don't have it, then those areas steal your nutrients the most. And when you're getting nutrients stolen, now you can't function in alignment like you need to. And that's the kind of stuff that we really work with people the most on is we identify bottlenecks that people don't even really know that they have. We help them through some simple strategies be able to, within their daily schedule, not adding extra work, not adding anything, but be able to actually really start getting healthy in those areas. And all of a sudden, those areas that were unhealthy, they're no longer stealing nutrients. So now everything just flows better.
Right. Because I really feel like most people, as they are trying to grow through different changes in their life, they don't even really know how to adjust to them. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know how to adjust to the changes going on in your life, whether it's family life, financial things, businesses, relationships, community, health challenges, financial issues, whatever it may be, if you don't know how to navigate through it, you naturally react in a way that isn't really who you are. We kind of talk about it standing on a rattlesnake, right? When you see somebody that, a snake would pop up around them, they're jumping around, they're screaming, they're hollering, they're scared, they're whatever, and they're behaving in a way that 15 minutes earlier when you were chatting with them, they were a calm, collective person.
Yeah.
And so when things are happening in our lives and we don't know how to handle them, we start behaving in ways that are not becoming of us. Maybe you start getting more irritable with your family. Maybe you start stressing more about your health. Maybe things in your finances are, going downhill real quick. Maybe your relationships with all your friends aren't panning out the way you thought. And so you start behaving in ways, and you can get embarrassed, you can get angry, you can get annoyed, you can get whatever it may be. And that's not who you really are.
Right.
And so when that happens, you can't make real good decisions. Mm-hmm. And so when you're in those kind of positions, that's where having a good mentor, coach, encourager that you get to spend time with on a regular basis can remind you again of what you really want and how you can get there. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so important for us to all realize that we're all going to go through those seasons. Like everyone's going to go through hard seasons. So you might as well set yourself up for success by finding the right person to work with.
Yeah, and that's the key. You got to find the right people, because once you find the right people, man, I'm telling you, it's the fastest path to breakthrough is when you have the right people in your life. And sometimes you got to go through the wrong ones until you find the right ones.
Well, I think you appreciate the right ones more then.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
Yeah, because there's some people that we've helped that it's just been so synergistic that it's just awesome watching their life thrive. I was just talking to a coaching client before we started doing this, and you and I were just chatting. I'm like, I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him because literally, his income has more than doubled in the past 2 years, and his life has just increased, and his marriage is just thriving, and we're mapping out new things for next year. And people ask us sometimes, so wait, so you have some coaching clients that will stay with you for like 3, 4, 5 years? I'm like, yeah, because, there's so much synergy. And we know that every year we're trying to free some space up of possible hindrances and then creating a level of increase, but then staying within what your real values are. There's a process for this. And so when there's consistent increase every single year, why would you not continue that? You know what I mean?
Right. If it's going good, keep going.
Yeah. So anyways, good stuff. So if anybody ever wants to check out some of what we do, we're going to get some info out soon about some of the group stuff that we're going to do, which is probably going to be the best way to access a deeper level of what we're talking about versus individual, because we're pretty full. But just go to www.teamredwoods.com. We actually have some questionnaires in there that you can fill out, and then that puts you into our mailing list. So then we know that you're there and you have interest. And so that way, when we release something, you could be the first to know.
Right. And we'll put it in our description where to find us too on that website.
Yeah. Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. And we have great news. You get more of us. You can expect new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. So be sure to consistently tune in with us and enjoy our show. See you next time.